Tonight, find out about the new organization on Troy's campus.
Plus, students talk politics. Stay tuned. TrojanVision Nightly News starts now.
From the high-definition digital production center on the Troy campus, with news from Troy University locations around the world, this is TrojanVision Nightly News.
Hello and welcome to TrojanVision Nightly News for September 19, 2012. I'm Christina Cook.
And I'm Bailey Majors. Thank you for joining us this evening. Troy's Student Government Association had a few empty seats left in their Senate. Today, students decided who will take those remaining spots. Deatra Montgomery has the story.
With this being an election year, the main focus seems to be on the presidential race. But Wednesday on Troy University campus, students had an opportunity to vote this time in a separate election called a runoff. This is an election that has been promoted through social media and on campus to encourage students to get involved in the voting process.
We had a tie in the previous housing election. We have a runoff in between Shackelford Hall and then also an alumni hall.
Through social media with Twitter and Facebook and just word of mouth, telling people that, hey, there's an election today.
Hall states that not only is this a way for students to get involved with campus, but it's also a practicing tool to help students participate in voting in general.
I think just, having these small elections with, right now students are only voting on, 3 different spots for senators. It just gets them excited for the presidential election coming up.
Along with voting on candidates to fill in the empty seats of the Senate, students also have the chance to vote on a subject dealing with pets living on and around campus.
I think it's another one of Jason Reeves' initiatives, the mayor-elect. I think the pet concern, I think that's something with the city and us with the university.
Hall says voting on a candidate that will represent your particular organization, dormitory, or department is very important because it will give you an opportunity to voice your opinions and your concerns.
I would say it helps the individual student by having representation. Just your everyday student has, a question with what is going on, with the university, and they could go to their SGA senator.
Deatra Montgomery, Troy TrojanVision News.
Will take their seats at next Tuesday's SGA meeting.
Troy University Student Government Association approved a new organization in its meeting last night. They say their goal is to give Troy citizens a more fashionable makeover. Judson Garner has more.
Tiara Miles has a passion for fashion, and she's been involved with organizations related to fashion at Troy University for years. But last night, a new organization she co-founded got the nod of approval from the SGA to make their on-campus debut.
Want everybody on campus to feel like fashion is important, the way you look is important, and the way you look makes you have a better impression on your professors or any professional setting.
There are already other existing fashion-centered organizations at Troy. Many students are wondering, is Moda Elite here to compete?
By no means is between La Couture and Moda Elite is there any source of any kind of competition between us. It's not a competition because we're two very, very different organizations.
In fact, many members of Moda Elite are also members of La Couture. Miles says Moda Elite will take their trends beyond the runway and into the community to help not only organizations like Toys for Tots, but also local businesses.
Boutiques and stores surrounding Troy and in Troy come and promote their places and give discounts and deals. So when they do visit their stores, we can help out the college students with that where it'd be affordable.
Judson Garner, Troy TrojanVision News.
And if anyone is interested in information on the group, including info on upcoming tryouts, you can follow them at Troy Moda Elite on Twitter.
This is an election year, and there are at least a couple of student groups looking to get students more involved in the process. Last night we took a look at the college Republicans, and tonight we will meet Troy's college Democrats. Kayla Magoo has the story.
Tuesday night, the Troy University Democrats held their first meeting of the semester. Members are looking forward to impacting the student community in a big way.
It's an election year, and we've got the big one coming up in November, how we're going to get the word out about, what we stand for as Democrats, not just on campus, but nationwide. Also getting the word out about fundraisers that we'll be doing, voter registration, because to us that's the most important thing. Regardless of whether you're a Democrat, Republican, or Independent, we want to make sure that everybody is registered to vote, period.
The main goal of the Troy University Democrats isn't just to get students registered to vote, but to also educate.
This election is so important. We need to educate people about the issues, and that way people can understand, okay, this is why I think the way I do, so that's how I'm going to vote.
One student sees this as an opportunity to connect during this election year.
Well, I'm from Oregon, so I come from a liberal state, and I was looking for a Democratic club, seeing as most of the state here is not Democrat, and I thought it was really cool to find one.
President of the Troy University Democrats, Ashley Burns, tells us what we can look forward to from this organization.
We're going to have some voter registration drives. We're going to try to hold a forum with the college Republicans just to get more people informed about both sides. We're going to try to have some speakers, like local Democrats, and as well as people that are running for Congress.
Kayla Magoo, Troy TrojanVision News.
The College Democrats' next meeting will be next Monday at 5:30 in Patterson Hall, room 201. Well, Christina, is starting to feel a lot like fall, but that didn't stop a group of students from using a beach ball on the quad today.
That's right, Bailey, and actually it was a pretty big beach ball. Phi Mu sorority rode around a 7-foot beach ball today on the quad to raise money for their philanthropy project. Amanda Smith has the story.
If you're a student at Troy University, then you probably saw the huge beach ball being rolled around campus. But what you probably didn't know is it's not all about fun and games. Phi Mu sorority began their annual philanthropy Wednesday morning and are working to make a difference.
Well, it's Phi Mu's philanthropy. It's our fall philanthropy. It's Get on the Ball, and what we do is we roll a huge beach ball around the campus, and people can give $1 to donate, and it goes straight to Children's Miracle Network, and they can sign their name on the ball.
Now on the ball, there is a special thanks column where Phi Mu has collected a minimum of $50 donations from local businesses around the Troy area.
We've had a lot of people sign up in that section, so that's really good because the minimum is $50, and so that goes a lot towards Children's Miracle Network, and we really love that they come out and support us.
And all the fun and support is just not in the beach ball.
For the next 2 nights at Mama Goldberg's, we're passing out the little ticket-looking things, and if you go to Mama Goldberg's and present them with that ticket, 10% of whatever you purchase at Mama Goldberg's goes towards Children's Miracle Network as well.
Also on Thursday night, Phi Mu will be hosting a nacho eating contest at Mama Goldberg. It's $15 to enter the contest, and all proceeds will be donated to the Children's Miracle Network. And not to mention,
it's really hilarious seeing them stuff their faces.
Amanda Smith, Troy TrojanVision News.
Phi Mu's fundraising will continue tomorrow night with the nacho eating contest at Mama Goldberg's at 5 o'clock.
And now taking a look at news from around the state. In Montgomery, voters have approved the withdrawal of a $437 million contract from a state trust fund to help balance the state general fund budget for the next 3 years. With 50% of precincts reporting statewide, the proposed constitutional amendment had 200,407 favorable votes, or 65%, and 107,024 negative votes, or 35%.
And in Dothan, a man who police say kidnapped his stepdaughter wrote about losing her to state custody days before her abduction. Charles D. Parton made the comment on his Facebook page. He wrote that Aline Lander had been taken into state custody and expressed that he loved her and missed her. Police say Parton abducted the 15-year-old while she was at a doctor's appointment.
And in Anniston, a major defense contractor is laying off 145 workers. The Anniston Star reports that BAE Systems will shut down a plant that upgrades and U-Hauls military vehicles by the end of the year. The company says it doesn't need the site because a decrease in the number of contracted combat vehicles has resulted in less need for maintenance work.
Still to come on TrojanVision Nightly News, the Trojan volleyball team was back in action at Sartain Hall last night. Justin McNeely will let you know about the sports next.
But first, Mitt Romney heats things up on the campaign trail. We'll have that story and more after the break.
Nottingham at the White House. Coming up, Mitt Romney works to take the heat off his controversial remarks at a campaign fundraiser.
I was afraid of that.
Well, guess it's time to get you fixed.
Your pets will start fooling around sooner than you think.
Go on, get out of here!
Accidental litters lead to millions killed in shelters each year. Help prevent more. Fix at month 4.
In 1887, it was written that we want to educate the mind to think, the heart to feel, the body to act. And it's no different today than it was 125 years ago. Some things never change. The mission of this university is to prepare leaders who are going to go into the communities and make a difference. And I think it's within that culture of caring that excellence is found.
Troy University, in class, online, within reach. Troy.edu.
From the high-definition digital production studios of Troy University, you're watching the award-winning TrojanVision Nightly News.
And now for a look at what's happening across the nation and around the world, we'll go to Christina Cook at the Global News Desk. Christina.
Thank you, Bailey. Mitt Romney turned from defense to offense Wednesday, aggressively attacking the president's economic policies. In the tight race for the White House, the GOP nominee is looking at a new poll that shows him trailing in 3 key states. Danielle Nottingham has the latest from the White House.
Raising campaign cash in Atlanta, Mitt Romney worked to steer his message back to the economy and away from the secretly recorded comments he made to campaign donors.
The question of this campaign is not who cares about the poor and the middle class. I do, he does. The question is who can help the poor and the middle class. I can, he can't.
The number 2 on the Republican ticket spent Wednesday looking for votes in Virginia, where a new poll of likely voters shows President Obama leading Romney by 4 points. He's also up by 6 points in Wisconsin and a point in Colorado. Paul Ryan pointed to remarks the president made when he was an Illinois state senator.
President Obama said that he believes in redistribution. Mitt Romney and I are not running to redistribute the wealth.
The White House says Republicans are bringing up a 14-year-old tape to divert attention away from Romney's own caught-on-tape comments.
And in circumstances like that, there are efforts made, sometimes desperate efforts made, to change the subject.
First Lady Michelle Obama was out on the trail in North Carolina Wednesday, drumming up support for her husband.
And if Barack wins North Carolina, we will be well on our way to putting Barack back in the White House for 4 more years.
The president and Mitt Romney will meet in Colorado in just 2 weeks for their first debate. Danielle Nottingham at CBS News, the White House.
And that wraps things up from the Global News Desk. To see more stories from across the country and around the world, such as why Rhode Island is banning father-daughter dances and mother-son ball games, you can tune into Trojan Vision Global News right here after the Nightly News. Now, back to you, Bailey.
Thank you, Christina. And now Justin McNally joins us for a look at sports. So, Justin, the volleyball team played last night, and we had a great outcome of the game.
That's right. The volleyball team was able to go out there, take care of business on the home court, but I'll get to that more here in sports.
All right.
Only their second home match of the season, the Trojan volleyball team was able to take care of business as they swept the Rattlers of Florida and A&M Tuesday night. The Trojans won in convincing fashion as they swept the Rattlers in 3 sets, 25-13, 25-18, and 25-21. Brianna Kaludi led the Trojans with 14 kills. 7 of those came in the final set. Kayla Peeker added another 10 kills on the night, while Alexandra Alexander posted 37 assists. Head coach Sonny Kirkpatrick said his team still needs improvement heading into conference play.
We've been working on a bunch of different things in practice. We changed our lineup up a little bit, and it worked for the most part tonight. There's still some rough edges that we need to get rid of for Friday.
The Trojans hit the road for a weekend of Sun Belt Conference action as they play number 24 ranked Western Kentucky on Friday at 7 p.m. And most people know the story of Curt Schilling's infamous bloody sock in Game 2 of the 2004 World Series. This sock is now in the Hall of Fame. But as Danielle Percival tells us, there was another bloody item used in this weekend's football game that will not be enshrined anytime soon.
It's often said the offensive line gets no credit and all the blame. But it's not quite as often you hear of a lineman being blamed for an interception. Quarterback Corey Robinson threw 2 picks in Saturday's game against Mississippi State, but one of them was under unusual circumstances.
My center, Kyle, who actually had cut his finger the play before and was bleeding all over the ball,
because I had Eric Thomas wide open running down the middle of the field. The ball, man, it just had blood all over it, so it fell right out of my hand. That's why it was underthrown so bad.
But with every story, there are at least two sides. So we've heard Robinson's. Now let's hear center Kyle Wilburn's story.
Yeah, he's blaming it on me, but it was the middle of the play, and we're just going with the calls, and I looked down and look at my hand, and it's cut pretty good on it, and the blood's just pouring onto the ball. And I snapped it, and it just rolled back to Corey. And the next play, I guess they didn't wipe off the ball well enough, and there's still blood on it and everything. So, yeah, I guess I was kind of partially responsible for that interception.
So what exactly happened to Wilburn's hand during the play?
Wear and tear. Every game, just like a little cut that becomes bigger and bigger, and then finally just cut it open big enough where it just started bleeding everywhere.
Despite being partially responsible for an interception, the offensive line was impressive on Saturday night facing the 11th-ranked defense of the Bulldogs. The line has only given up one sack in the 145 pass attempts Robinson has made in 2012.
I think the offensive line has been doing really well this season, especially the younger guys. They've stepped up, and I'm proud of them, how well they've done. And, we've only given up one sack so far in these first 3 games, so it's definitely an accomplishment we're proud of.
Danielle Percival, Troy, TrojanVision Sports.
The Trojans will need to bandage up any wounds for this weekend's game as they travel to Denton, Texas to take on the North Texas Mean Green. And the Trojan soccer team is in the middle of their longest losing streak this season. Coming off a loss to UNC Wilmington, the Trojans were unable to turn around when they lost to Mercer 4-1 on Sunday. Even though the Trojans have lost 2 straight, head coach Chris Bentley knows his team is playing a lot better.
We played better today, and I don't. Results in the scoreline, I think, are a little bit irrelevant right now. I think we played a lot better, and if you just look at the statistics, then that's one thing. But to me, we had a lot of good things happening today, and I think we have to take that and move forward into Friday.
The Trojans will try to turn things around as they play host to Florida Atlantic this Friday. First kick is set for 3 p.m. at the Trojan Soccer Complex. And the Trojan rodeo teams are set to begin their season on Thursday as they travel to Missouri Valley College to take part in the Viking Stampede. Last year, the women's team took home the first-place trophy, while the men finished 4th. For this year's team, the women's side welcomes 12 newcomers, while the men's only features 4. The teams look to continue their success from a solid year last year, and we wish them the best of luck. So as you can see, Bailey and Christina, volleyball team got a big key win last night. They play this weekend along with soccer, and even the rodeo team starts their season Thursday. Hopefully they can get some wins.
Absolutely. Congratulations to the volleyball team, and we wish rodeo and soccer best of luck this weekend.
Yes, we will.
Thank you, Justin.
No
Thank you. Coming up on Troy TrojanVision Nightly News, we'll learn how Troy students can meet possible future employers.
But first, this week has been slowly cooling off with the fall temperatures in our area. Is this pleasant weather going to stick around? Brittany?
Well, it sure seems like fall is slowly creeping in. Stay tuned for your local weather right after the break.
You know me as Summer Sanders, Olympic gold medalist and broadcaster, but to them, I'm just mom. When I put them in the pool, it was not for Olympic glory. It was for safety, first and foremost, for fun, for friends, and a healthy lifestyle. I always knew I'd get my kids involved in swimming. Get yours involved too. Visit swimtoday.org. Get them started now.
He serves his party best who serves the country best. Rutherford B. Hayes.
Patriotism is easy to understand in America. It means looking out for yourself by looking out for your country. Calvin Coolidge.
Government is the people's business, and every man, woman, and child becomes a shareholder with the first penny of tax paid. Ronald Reagan.
There's nothing wrong in America that can't be fixed of what is right in America. William Clinton.
Be the we now.
From the high-definition digital production studios of Troy University, you're watching the award-winning Troy TrojanVision Nightly News.
Troy University's official student newspaper, The Tripolitan, comes out every Thursday. To give us a look at what will be in tomorrow's edition of The Trop, here's Andrew Clay.
Good evening, Troy University. Here's what you can expect to see in this week's edition of The Tripolitan. Features is spotlighting Tim Winters, a student recognized for his colorful hair and known for his heartwarming ministry. This week's Arts and Entertainment section will bring you an up-close look at the iPhone 5 with a full list of features and our staff writer's opinion on whether upgrading is worth your money. Flip the paper over and you'll find sports. and you'll find an in-depth recap of Troy's loss to Mississippi State, as well as a preview of the rugby team's on-campus showdown with Spring Hill College this Saturday. And that's tomorrow's Metropolitan Today. I'm sports editor Andrew Clay.
And now Brittany Drawdy joins us for a look at weather.
So, Brittany, it seems like we've been experiencing a little bit of all kinds of weather. I wake up in the morning, it's a little bit chilly. Sometimes we'll get some rain, and then it seems like it heats up as the day goes on. What can we expect for the rest of the week?
Well, we definitely had a mixture coming from the weekend into the week this week. And as we go into the weekend, hopefully it should stay very beautiful as it is right now. But right now we can take a look outside and see that it is very beautiful and nice and sunny. We've had a great day today, being able to feel the warmth of the sun outside. As we go to our current conditions on this Wednesday, we can see skies are sunny, temperature at 79 degrees, dew point at 49, humidity at 34%, barometer at 30.03 and falling, and winds coming from the northwest about 8 miles per hour. Today's stats, we can see we saw a high of 79, a low of 54, no rain in the past 24 hours, sunrise at 6:30 a.m. and a sunset at 6:44 p.m. Around the state, beautiful sunshine as we can see. Mobile 82, Huntsville 75, Birmingham at 76, Montgomery at 79, Troy at 79, Phoenix at 77, and Dothan at 79. Very beautiful outside. We've been able to enjoy this cool weather that's come through and really been able to get out and enjoy the sunshine. Current temperatures, even Florida, Orlando, only heating up to 76, which is really nice for them. Coming up 82 at Albany, 75 Birmingham. Current temperatures, we can see 70s across the board, 50s as we go up north, and 80s as we go to the west. But for us, we're seeing those 80s and the 70s, which is really nice for a midday to really be able to go outside, enjoy your day, and not really get overheated. Actually pull the jeans and jackets out to prepare for the fall. Current surface, as we can see, there's a few high pressure systems here. Low pressure that left us and has left us with that little bit of the cool area. Current surface, we can see there's going to be a little bit of rain as Florida is experiencing that, but for us, we should be clear. High pressure system over here to the west. Departure from normal. From today's highs, we can see we're actually 10 to 6 degrees cooler than we normally would be about this time of area. Really, the whole southeast is experiencing a lot cooler weather than we should be at this time of the year. Next 48 hours, rain chance. We can see it stays to the Florida, maybe a quarter of an inch, but for Alabama, we should be very beautiful, not experiencing too much rain as we go into the next 48 hours. And Wednesday, same thing. If you're traveling or anything, Florida, there looks to be a chance. But as you go into Thursday and Friday, we can see Alabama is going to stay clear, and a beautiful day also on Saturday as the rain seems to stay to the southeast of us. Tonight's forecast, very cool and clear, light and variable winds. Winds coming from the north to northwest at 3 miles per hour and a low of 54. Definitely going to be cooling off this evening, so be prepared. Tomorrow's forecast, same thing, mainly sunny. High UV index, winds light and variable. Winds coming from the north to northwest about 4 miles per hour, and we're going to be experiencing a high around 86. 4-day forecast, sun across the board, which is really nice to see. High of 86 on Thursday, a low of 61. Friday, we heat up a little bit at 88 and a low of 63. Saturday at 89 and a low of 63. And Sunday, we'll be experiencing a high of 86. So as we can see, it's going to be a beautiful weekend to be able to travel. If anybody's going anywhere around the states, it's going to be beautiful. Here at home is going to be beautiful. So it'll be a nice weekend to go out, enjoy soccer, rodeo, football. We got it all going on. So it'll be really nice. And sun is going to be out. So,
well, I think that's music to everyone's ears, Brittany. Thank you so much.
Thank you.